Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm going to do a quick recording of my office so you can see how I run my virtual office. So here we go. Turn around. Little tour of what happens behind the scenes. So I've got a couple of stations. This is a stand-up station right here, but a couple of monitors. You can see I keep tabs open on all the different things that I'm working on. And let's see. So this is a second station. I do my podcast right there. And it's just really, I mean, this is just it. It's kind of small. Let me back up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. It's just a room in my house that I've converted into an office, and this is where we do, virtual appointments all day long. So here's how I got a couple of things over here that really help me. Obviously, all the tools and everything sitting right here at my desk as I'm working. I've got papers that I'm working on. This is my activity tracker, so you can see activity for the week. I just wrapped up this week, all the production I did, the appointments, the sets, all that stuff. And then over here, I have, these are the files that I'm getting back to people on. These are appointments for coming up next week. I turn them sideways, so they're just, two different piles. And then right here, I have pending. These are all the jobs or the clients that I'm trying to get issued. And then these are ones I want to follow up on. I do this rotating calendaring system. So, in April, first part of April, I'll pull this out. I'll call these people. Someone, for whatever reason, clients or whatever, they want me to call them back down the road. I just stick them in that month. And then when we're done with April, I'll put this to the back, and they just kind of keep rotating like that. So that's how I track long term. But most of these, when I'm doing an appointment, I will print it out. These are my forms. When I do an appointment, I'll pull out a form, and then I'll pull out the lead. Here's some samples of leads that I have. These are ones that no-showed, and I need to get back in touch with them. So I just use different systems like that. So when I have an appointment, I will sit down with the lead and with the underwriting form, and then of course they're up here. They're all virtual, and we run our appointment, and I'm taking notes. I'm writing stuff out. Sometimes I'm standing because I want a little stretch my legs, and sometimes I drop it down. But these are all things that I've added over the months and years of being in business. I didn't start out here. It's a very different way if you see the one that I started out in. I file my clients down in here. A very simple filing system by number. You can see, 20, when a lead comes in, it comes in during a particular part or a particular week. So week 1 in business was 001. So these are my earliest clients. It's all chronological. I'm now on week 179. So this is where my latest ones are going. And if I ever need to find an old client, I just pull them out and they're numbered. So you can see this one was 133. That just means I've been in business for 133 weeks or, 112. Or whatever the case may be. So here's all the business I've written over the years. These are the clients that I keep in touch with. And let's see, this is the single most important tool in anybody's office, right here. The most annoying thing in the world is when a gnat gets in the way of your presentation. I can turn this bad boy on. You can see that. A bunch of volts through a gnat, they don't survive. Flies, mosquitoes, you name it. It's so satisfying. Anyways, I just keep that right there in case I need to take care of some business before doing business. Over here I have, of course, just a bookshelf, an extra desk that I don't use very much for things. This is how I used to use all of these brochures. These are the carrier brochures from all the different carriers. Since I'm doing virtual, I really don't do much with this anymore. And I actually might clean it out at some point, throw them all away, because I just email everything now. So when I'm done with a client, I send them an email, a welcome email, and it has links in there where they can download the brochures, because the carriers do want you to give them brochures. So I used to do this across the table, and I'd leave them a brochure, and I'd have my bag, and it would have all of these in it. So if you're face-to-face, these are very valuable, but if you're virtual, probably don't need them. Otherwise, it's just you can see extra toner and copy paper and so forth. So really that's it. Most of the tools that I use, I love that. I love success. hard work, persistence, late nights. So true. And a whiteboard. I use this sometimes for illustrating or doing things. It's on wheels, so I just kind of wheel it over. But really the biggest thing, the tools are all online. Everything, all my underwriting toolkits, my calculators. You can see how, let's see, I'm gonna open up a new tab here. I've got them all organized here. So I have an Equis tab. So these are all my carriers. I've got all my calculators. Whereby, because I use Whereby. So yeah, when I add a new client, so I use my bookmarks to keep myself organized. And then I create my own database of all my clients over here with their phone numbers. And if I do annual reviews or whatever, and the number, the lead number, they come in so I can find it in the drawer. And I can find any client, I can just do a quick search. And this is Google. This is just a Google sheet. I don't pay anything for it. I'm all about being lean and keeping it simple. And that's it. This little guy over here is a microphone that holds my cell phone when I'm on appointments sometimes. And that's really it. So that's kind of the behind the scenes tour of a virtual office. I'm a full-time Equis agent, have done this for about 3 years. Let me turn this back around. Sorry about that. And I went all virtual about 2.5 months ago. So in January of 2022, we'd been struggling a little bit back and forth on the whole virtual thing. And we made the decision. We said, we got to just do it. So we did. And it was a little tough at first because I'd been face to face for years, for about 3 years, a little over 3 years as a full-time agent at Equis. So virtual was a big jump, but mostly it was up here. And once I got the confidence down and started getting my groove, so to speak, it just came together. And yes, I have bad weeks, I have bad appointments, I have bad days. Everybody does, but all in all, virtual has been a great move. And this is how I run things. This is a behind the scene tour. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing out of the ordinary. I didn't start here. If you're starting out and you don't have, a logo on the wall and, a shredder, like, don't worry about any of that stuff. Grow, get where you can, start where you can, and add stuff. All these little bells and whistles and things that I've had, like a standing desk and stuff, that's all stuff that I got along the way with the profit from the business. So it always paid for itself, and I grew here. So at some point, I'm gonna have to expand outside of my house and get an office down the street. I'm looking forward to that. But for now, this seems to fit my needs very well. So hopefully that's been helpful. I know sometimes you can feel like you're operating as an island and you wonder what everybody else is doing, what's working and all that kind of stuff. Well, hopefully this helps shed some light on how one person's experience is running a virtual office from home. Good luck whatever you're doing, and thanks for watching. Hope it's been helpful to some of you. Have an awesome day. Bye.